Hello, everyone, and welcome back to What's Up Wednesday. I'm BJ Myers. This month, we've been celebrating community power, the idea that strong communities are built when people work together. A couple of weeks ago, we kicked off the series with a conversation with our CEO, Keith Matthews, about what community power means and how the cooperative model is built on neighbors helping neighbors. Last week, I sat down with Brian Miller, one of our newest Operation Roundup Board of Trustees members, to take a behind-the-scenes look at how members' spare change is invested back into our communities through local nonprofit organizations and community projects. Today, we're continuing that conversation from a different perspective. I want to answer a question that comes up from time to time. Why is the electric cooperative involved in so many different things? Whether it's our website, REMC Connect magazine, social media, county fairs, scholarships, co-op kids club, or community events, everything we do has one purpose, and that is to help us better serve and connect with our members. To help tell that story, I've invited two members of the Communications and Creative Services team to join me today. Autumn Kolbinsky is our Creative Services Specialist, and Jen Sainer is our Marketing and Member Engagement Specialist. Autumn and Jen, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, glad to be here.
Well, I think a lot of members would be surprised to learn just how much goes into communicating with over 26,000 members across 7 counties. Our team is pretty small, but each one of us has a different role. Autumn, let's start with you. Tell us a little bit about what you do as the Creative Services Specialist.
I get to do all the fun things with the colors and fun images and things that get people's attention. Good, fun way for us to communicate with everyone. I get to work on a little bit of everything creatively. I design everything from brochures and bill inserts to digital advertisements. I produce our REMC Connect magazine each month, manage our websites, and handle some of the photography and video projects. My goal is to make information easy to understand and visually engaging for our members.
That is a lot.
It's a lot of fun.
I know one time we were talking about the creative thing, and you were saying how much you enjoy having a job that you can do something creative and fun. I think sometimes people don't realize that it's also work, right?
Yes.
One thing I don't think that members realize is how much our website has evolved over the years. They're really not just using it to look up a phone number, but it's really become an extension of our office and everything that we're doing. Tell us about some of the things members can actually do on the website.
Right now, we have 2 live websites and a third one launching soon we're really excited about. Our SEI REMC website is really the hub for all our members. That's where you can apply for scholarships, energy rebates, submit your 4-H reimbursements, register for Co-op Kids Club, enroll in programs like Smart Thermostat and Generator. You can update your account information, check on outages, and learn about all of the cooperative programs and services we offer. We also have our REMC Connect website where every issue of our digital magazine lives. This is new, but it's been fun to add because I think it's hard for some people to view our digital flipbook on their phones. So the REMC Connect website allows you to view each article separately, and it's a little easier to read and go through the images. You can read all of our current and past articles. You can catch up on cooperative news, energy saving tips, and member spotlight stories. What we're excited about launching soon is our new SEI Fiber website. It will make it even easier for current and future fiber customers to find information, explore services, and sign up for SEI Fiber. So 3 websites where we're trying to give you all the information you need.
I think that's awesome, and also a lot of work, a lot of behind-the-scenes work for sure to keep it all up to date. And I think you said it best when you said it's really the hub of all of our information. And I do think that's true. When you listen to the MSRs on the phone, or you listen to anybody within the organization talking about, well, how do we get information about this, or how do we sign up for that, we always point everybody back to the website. So keep that in mind for sure when you're trying to figure out how to communicate with us. Now, Jen, your role is a little different. You spend a lot of your time helping us connect with members wherever they are. Tell us about your role.
Sure. I manage our social media channels and create email campaigns that share information about cooperative programs, services, community activities, safety topics, outage information, and just really any update that may affect our members. I also manage our Google and social media advertising. This helps us reach members that may benefit from programs like fiber, generator programs, energy efficiency rebates. So even if you don't have the time to visit our website or you're not scrolling through Facebook, we hope that through Google and social media advertising, you may be able to find out about these programs in other ways. Community outreach is another important part of my role. That means promoting scholarships, attending county fairs and community events, or just finding new ways to interact with our members. Behind all that, I do spend a lot of time looking at data. We analyze what members are reading, clicking, asking about, and responding to, and that really helps us understand what information is useful, where members may still have questions, and how we can communicate more clearly.
Two things popped into my mind when you were talking, and one was county fairs, because we're kind of right in the middle of county fair season, and the overwhelm, I don't know about you, but has hit me, especially this week with several fairs wrapping up. And so thank you for helping with all of that, both of you.
You're
We're
welcome.
Definitely a team, because no one person could do all of these things. And I also really appreciate the data analysis that you do, because it's not my forte, and it is so important. Autumn and I talked about, before you joined our team, like, you just don't have enough time to do everything that you want to do or you wish you could do, to know really what's the most effective. And I think that's one thing that you've helped us hone in on. It's like, was something effective? Did the campaign work? Did people understand what we were trying to communicate? And so those numbers and data are very helpful, especially our board too. I mean, I think they appreciate seeing the numbers behind what we do. A lot of, kind of going back to what we were talking about with the creative stuff with Autumn, it's like, people think, oh, we have a fun job, but there's also a lot of work behind it.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, one of my favorite parts of our work week is getting out into the communities that we serve. And sometimes it's harder than others, depending on what we've got going on. But in fact, interviewing members for the member spotlight stories and visiting those local businesses for the local flavor feature are probably some of the most enjoyable interactions that I think we get to have on an ongoing basis. Why is it important for us to tell those stories?
Well, I've particularly enjoyed the local flavor. It's a lot of fun to go and eat at new restaurants I haven't eaten at yet. And I think it's important because our communities are what make this cooperative special. We love highlighting the local businesses, organizations, and the members, because they're the people who make Southeastern Indiana such a great place to live and work.
I agree. Our communities are filled with so many unique people, businesses, organizations doing some really meaningful work. And we come back from our interviews and we are just like so inspired and energized by everything that's happening out in the community around us. So by sharing their stories, I hope we can recognize their efforts and really share them with other people, because I think a lot of these stories are happening with people just quietly working in the background, and they deserve a little attention. Most of them have been really modest and quiet about their work, but I think they do deserve a little recognition. So I'm glad we can do that for them and inspire the rest of the community.
I was smiling at you while you're talking, because every person you ask, can we interview you? And they're like, oh, I don't have anything to say. I don't have anything important that anybody's going to want to hear about. But the truth is, every single member spotlight story that's been done since the very beginning, there's a wide variety of things that people have been involved with. But every one has been interesting to me. And I think we have 7 counties full of people, 26,000 stories out there that could be told. And I'm thinking it's job security for us. I think that'll far outweigh my career anyway. But it'll be fun to continue to hear those stories. So I guess one thing that we would love is if our listeners can think of somebody that they think has an interesting story, if you would share that with us. Sometimes, we don't know everybody and we don't know all of the things that are happening. So having you guys out there to be the eyes and the ears and say, hey, this is worth highlighting would be a good thing.
You can nominate a member to Spotlight right on our REMC Connect website and go to the member Spotlight page. Send us some good people to come and interview.
Yes, that would be amazing.
Yeah. People see the finished product that we work on. So they see the magazine in their inbox or a county fair booth, a scholarship presentation, or even this podcast. But what they don't see is all the planning that happens behind the scenes. And typically, I'll develop the overall strategy or concept for a project, and then the three of us will work together to refine those ideas and figure out how to bring it to life. So what, in you guys' opinion, is that collaboration process like?
Well, our planner is long. We have a lot of projects going on. But once we know the direction of a project and what information needs to be communicated, we focus on presenting it in the best way possible for all of our members to easily understand and get something out of it. We also try to share it through multiple channels because every member connects with us a little differently. So we have one thing we're trying to communicate, but we're putting it out in so many different platforms. So we hit you in multiple places and really capture everyone's attention because what we're offering is to help you.
Yeah, I don't have too much else to add other than there's a lot of pieces that go out for one project, one concept. I don't know what you'd want to call that, but there's magazine articles and then there's emails promoting the magazine articles. We have social media posts. We have website updates. There's printed advertising, and it's just a lot. So we work really well together, just keep communicating and keeping up with each other's work and reviewing each other's work and collaborating and making sure ideas come together clearly, consistently, and making sure that the members are always, our members' priorities are always top of mind and top priority when we send out this information.
Yeah.
If any of you are Friends fans, the TV show, we are the masters here of pivoting.
Yes.
We are like Rachel and Ross carrying that couch up the staircase. Pivot.
Love it.
Yes, we joke about that a lot in the office, and it's true. But it all gets done because we work well together, and it's fun. We make fun of it every day, and it's...
Well, and something that I appreciate is the fact that all three of us think alike yet different, and so we always come up with the best thing when all three of us have input on it, and because I might have in my mind, it's going to work the best this way, and this is going to be simple, and then when we're talking about it, you'll say, oh, but what if we did this instead? And it turns out better. So what I'm specifically thinking of is this year we did something different with the scholarship presentations because, we had the whole apply process, selection process, and then in the past it's always just been, we'll mail you the check or ask you to come in so we can take your picture and write a little blurb about you and where you're going to school and what you're going to do. And that's pretty much the interaction that we got. And then I think, Jen, it might have been you that said, well, why don't we go to the school instead? And I thought, hey, yeah, why haven't we ever thought of that? So it was just a whole lot of fun, I think, this year to go to the scholarship presentations, to actually get to meet the families of the recipients. And I mean, that's just one example that comes to mind while we're talking. Well, and for some members, their interaction with the REMC may be very limited to paying their monthly electric bill or their monthly fiber bill, and that's it. What are some of the programs, resources, and opportunities that they may not realize are available to them? And if they wanted to learn more, where would you encourage them to start?
Our website. I'd encourage all members to really go through our website. I know there is a lot on there, but if you go through some of the pages, I mean, just our community page, you can find so many different programs. If you have kids, there's a lot out there that we do for the kids. If you're buying a new energy efficiency appliance, go look and see if we have a rebate that'll work for it. Apply for a rebate. You can sign up for fiber. If you have a kid getting ready to graduate, you can sign up for a scholarship. I just encourage everyone to go and really look through our website sometimes and look at all the different things we have to offer. There's a lot of really good information on there. And I firsthand know there are a lot of pages, but it is all good information. So, I mean, a lot more than I would have ever thought an electric cooperative would do for people, other than want you to pay their bill. I mean, I think all the stuff that we offer is pretty amazing. So
It's, it just takes you back to the difference between just a investor-owned company that basically just wants you to pay your bill and that's all they're there for. Co-ops are just different. Mm-hmm. And I think that's very evident when you look at all of the programs and services that we have out there. We're not just transactional. We want relationship with you as well.
There's a lot of good information on there about energy efficiency, and we're just trying to help you gain knowledge on how you can lower your electric bill. So going to Beat the Peak and reading about what that really is, smart thermostats, generator, all of that. I know on social media, I feel like we don't get a lot of positive feedback, but if you go and educate yourself on what those programs are, we, as Southeastern Indiana REMC, are trying to help you save money and, lower the demand, which we need to do right now.
Yeah, it's a balance.
Yeah.
The only other thing I'll add is that we love hearing from our members as well. We want to hear about the experiences with our line crews. Maybe you ran into our line crews during an outage restoration. We'd love to know about your interactions with our employees, the way SEI Fiber and other services are making a difference in your home. So just hearing from members is really important, and we really value your input on what we need to communicate more clearly and provide additional information on. So if there's ever any questions, feedback, good or bad, we just really love to hear from you.
Yeah, and we really love to hear good feedback.
Yes.
Yes. I only say that because, as Autumn referenced, I think it's easier for people to share negative feedback sometimes behind a keyboard and a screen. But if you are a positive person and would love to give us some positive feedback, we are always looking for testimonials that we can use for our different programs, and we would encourage you to share some of those kind of things with us as well. And I guess at the same time, we would also really welcome your feedback if you are having trouble finding something on our social media or our website, or just having a hard time understanding. All of that information is valuable to us.
Yes.
And it's not going to hurt our feelings because we're here to serve you, and we want to make the best products that we can to help communicate that. Well, Autumn and Jen, thank you guys for joining me today. And thanks for everything that you do behind the scenes. I mean that with all my heart. You guys are the hub of this department. And if it weren't for all that you do to keep our members informed, we would not be as successful as a cooperative. So keeping members informed and engaged and connected with the cooperative, you guys do an excellent job. So thank you.
Thank you, BJ.
One of the 7 cooperative principles is concern for community. And for us, that principle extends beyond sponsoring events or publishing a magazine. It's about creating meaningful connections with the members that we serve. Whether that's through the website, the REMC Connect, social media, educational programs, county fairs, podcasts, or community events, every interaction is another opportunity to educate, inform, and strengthen the relationship between the cooperative and our members. Because at the end of the day, we're about more than keeping the lights on. We're here to serve people. Before we go, we'd love to hear from you. How do you prefer to stay connected with Southeastern Indiana REMC? Do you visit our website, read the REMC Connect magazine, follow us on Facebook, listen to What's Up Wednesday, or maybe you enjoy stopping by to see us at a county fair or a community event? Let us know. We would love to hear from you. Thanks for listening to this week's episode of What's Up Wednesday. If you enjoyed today's conversation, be sure to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts so you never miss an episode. And if you know someone who would enjoy learning more about their cooperative, we appreciate it if you'd share this episode with them. Until next week, thank you for listening and thank you for being a member of Southeastern Indiana REMC. I'm BJ Myers, and that's What's Up this Wednesday.